Hello, this is Dattaji, and I am preaching the spiritual knowledge of Sri Dattaswami. Even the bond with your child is unreal because the blood from your body entered into the body of another soul. This external gross body is destroyed here, and the bond is destroyed with that gross body. The soul of Abhimanyu in heaven did not recognize his father Arjuna for the same reason. The bond with the wife is more unreal, which is formed due to the touch between the two gross bodies, which are like the external clothes. The bond of the child perishes with the death. The bond of the wife may die at any moment with divorce, even within the span of this lifetime, having a greater probability to give misery. The Gita says the same thing. A realized soul will not entertain himself in such unreal bonds. So then what does one do with such unreal bonds? In pravritti, one has to practice the justice at the individual level and propagate the justice at the social level for the peace of the world. In nivritti also, one has to uplift at the individual level and uplift others at the social level. In both the fields the Lord is pleased, but the pleasure of the Lord in nivritti is infinite. In both the fields the obstruction for the success is also the same, which are the side attractions, and that is the attraction towards these worldly bonds. When the excess attraction in these worldly bonds is reduced, one succeeds in pravritti. When these worldly bonds are completely destroyed due to the intensive attraction present in the new bond formed with the Lord, one succeeds in nivritti. In pravritti the attraction towards the Lord is not required, and here only the knowledge of the unreality of these worldly bonds is required. By such knowledge, even if these worldly bonds are not cut completely, at least the bonds become weak. In pravritti there is no need of the complete destruction of these worldly bonds. But in nivritti the complete destruction of these worldly bonds is essential, but the cause for this destruction should be the new bond formed with the Lord. In fact, the bond with the Lord alone can destroy these worldly bonds. The knowledge of the unreality of these bonds can only weaken the bonds and cannot completely destroy them. Therefore, the Lord is personally required in nivritti for the formation of such a new bond. The Lord in human form is the best for the real and complete formation of such a new bond. One should keep nivritti as ultimate aim. Pravritti is like scoring the pass mark in the examination. Nivritti is like achieving the rare gold medal from the university. The teacher who aims at these students should at least pass, should not advise the pass marks as the goal. He will advise the achievement of the gold medal as the goal of every student. In the Bible, Jesus also adopted nivritti, and he desired that his dearest disciples should hate the family bonds, including the bond with his life. Hating means that one should see his family members as his enemies. When such extreme goal is fixed, at least the blind attraction in the family bonds is reduced. In fact, these family members were really your enemies in your previous birth. Since you have robbed their wealth, they have come to you to get back their money with interest. This principle of justice is forcing you to earn the money, and by such force you are doing these sins and get punished. When you rob the wealth of somebody by force, you have not only to pay it back with interest, but should also be punished. Thus your blind love on your family members is responsible for your sins and the consequent punishment. Mohammed does not mention nivritti in his scriptures because he claimed himself as messenger of God only. Nivritti means loving and serving the Lord in person. For that, God in human form is essential. But Islam believes only formless God, and therefore it is not possible to love and serve God directly. Therefore the path of nivritti has no place in Islam. Pravritti itself pleases the Lord, and such pleasing the Lord is ultimate in Islam. In Hinduism, Christianity, and Islam, the ultimate inquiry and the punishment of sinners in the hell are common aspects.
దత్తా దత్తా అంటే చాలు, దత్త పిచ్చి ఉంటే చాలు. యంత్రమేలా మంత్రమేలా తంత్రమేలా జపములేలా, గురువులేలా పూజలేలా భజనలేలా యాత్రలేలా, యోగమేలా ధ్యానమేలా యజ్ఞమేలా నిష్ఠలేలా, గుడులు ఏలా మడులు ఏలా ముడుపులేలా మునకలేలా. దత్తా దత్తా అంటే చాలు, దత్త పిచ్చి ఉంటే చాలు.